Hey, welcome guys back to channel Maverick here with another episode of KonoSuba. Well, I gotta say, this is quickly becoming one of the series I'm most looking forward to every week, in no small part because of the main character, Kazuma. I absolutely love him. I feel like he is everything I want anime protagonists to be, particularly of the isekai or fantasy genres. Well, he is somewhat of an asshole, I guess you could say. You could argue that. But honestly, looking at the company that he's around, I say he's entirely justified. And speaking of which, okay, we've met Aqua now. Last episode, we got Megumin, and we are also introduced to this kinda erotic knight that goes by the name of Darkness. My guess is that she's like a pervert or something like that, but we shall see right in this episode. Alright, let's begin in 3, 2, 1, play. Yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's a pervert. Okay, so the question is, does she want to experience that herself, or does she like looking at it? Hmm? What? Well, I mean, to be fair, as a knight, you just need to be, yeah, you just need to be a tank, right? Like, what's accuracy? Typically in RPGs, that's what? Dexterity? Who cares? As long as you have good vitality and constitution, welcome to the party. Okay, so she wants to experience it herself. But hey, that actually fits her as a tank very well, right? Like, come on. So for a lot of tanks, if you're looking at it from not just a game sense, but from a, that they have feelings kind of sense, it must be harsh always tanking all the damage, receiving the brunt of the damage every single fight, right? If she likes to get into these kind of situations, all the more the better, right? If I was Kazuma, I'd take her in a heartbeat. A panty treasure? Okay. Sekai! She says she can't hit her target, but her sword's still connected. I wonder if we're ever going to get a scene like in the opening, where they do take on some high level bosses. I mean, I would guess yes. I find it hard to imagine that a series can just get away with doing jokes and comedy all the time without actually getting into something. Let me guess, it's a party trick. 90 something. Hmm. Okay, it's this kind of system. You probably have to be of the same class as well, right? Maybe a minimum required magic ability? Oh, did that strike a nerve? Oh, you might need multiple points. Nah, she's coming along. Okay, she's probably an M or something like that. And who are you? Hmm. Yeah, that fits the rogue archetype that he seems to be going for. I thought the she's gonna steal his panties. Oh. I mean, if you lose, you have to take on darkness. I thought that was going to be the the tuition fee. He'd have to take on darkness or something. Okay, so I guess they just need to see the skill. Hmm. Or maybe it's a case where they can learn any skill they want. It's just that if you don't have the required attributes, it'll be pretty weak, right? So, say for instance, Darkness could probably learn this thief skill as well, but because she doesn't have affinity with luck and I guess dexterity or something. Oh, so it's like random? I mean, I'm guessing he's gonna steal her panties or something. I feel like they really sort of jumped, spilled this through the title. And Darkness is gonna like this. Okay. And then both their panties. Wait, but if he didn't steal anything from Aqua, does that mean she's not wearing any? What the hell is wrong with this girl? But like I said, I think her personality. I don't think that's going to. Okay. Come on, Kazuma. Haven't you already seen through her already? Cool. And she's the one backing out. Hmm? Oh? Something is actually happening? What? Ooh. Cabbage? Cabbage monsters? What? Cabbage monsters? So how are you supposed to defeat them? Eat them? Now that's a waste of good food. I mean, the conclusion is correct, but... Whoa. 10,000 per head? That is a lot. Dude, what are you talking about? It's free money! She can't hit a single one. Ooh. These are some pretty strong cabbage. Is she actually enjoying this? Kazuma's like, I can Ooh. Okay, you're not only an M, you're also an exhibitionist? No, but this is like the perfect time to use her magic. Woo! Okay, but seriously though, this is like way too long. Woo! And right on her. Holy shit! Wow! Interesting. Okay, they formed alliance. Just accept it, Kazuma. Great capture. Just accept it, Kazuma. Yeah. Yeah. And M. Come on, Kazuma, how bad could it be? So what happened to her thief friend? Just like just like that? Okay. Anyways, see you guys after this. Alrighty, so there we go with episode 3, and well, we now know the true identity of Darkness, right? Or at least the thing that's wrong with her here. However, I gotta say though, this might be the first episode that I kind of differ on opinion with Kazuma here. I mean, sure, Darkness isn't exactly the best or most fitting or most capable party member there is. At the same time, though, I don't really think there's anything wrong with having a masochist in the party, right? And that is what she is, right? A doem, a masochist here. Um, Indeed, as I was mentioning within the episode, being a tank and being a masochist at the same time, those actually kind of go hand in hand together, right? That's like the perfect fit here. So, I don't know. I kind of like that, actually. So, who cares if she doesn't really have good offensive capabilities? Tanks are supposed to be tanks as long as their defensive capabilities are high enough. No, I am totally okay with that. Now, with that being said, I do kind of question how exactly her defensive abilities are, considering that in this episode, we were really only up against some cabbages, right? And then she managed to basically get into a pretty compromising situation just from that. You could argue that, hey, these cabbages might be stronger than they look, considering that the other adventurers, the other, people around this town can't really handle them by themselves as well. But then again, this is a novice town, so how high level can those adventurers be? So I still put a question mark next to her defensive capabilities, but just in terms of being a knight and being a masochist and whatnot, I think that's totally fine, right? And especially for someone like Kazuma, I feel like having such a submissive kind of party member would just fit right into to his tendencies, and basically, I think you couldn't ask for a more convenient kind of party member, let's say. So kind of harsh, I guess, but still, I'm instantly calculating and thinking there's like no downside to all this. I mean, sure, she might get into some sort of tricky or some kind of how can I say it? Maybe embarrass the party in some sort of way. But I mean, you guys are already an embarrassment in the first place. So who cares if you get another kind of team member like this? So I am fully okay with Darkness being on board. And in fact, like I said last episode, this makes the team very well rounded actually. And indeed, last episode I was talking more about how this team would be perfect for going up against higher level bosses. But in this episode, it is demonstrated that we can also go with the other method, and that is allowing Darkness to aggro and tank a lot of low-level monsters, and then use Megumi's explosion magic to deal AoE damage and gain lots and lots of moolah and EXP this way, right? And indeed, even in this episode, I'm kind of like, come on, Kazuma, you got literally money flying at you. Who cares if you think this isn't exactly the adventure you want? Every single adventure goes out and starts with beating up some slimes or some poros or something like that, right? Or some goblins, right? I mean, unless it's Goblin Slayer or something. But but I mean, you're expected to fight these kinds of low level monsters. 10,000 per head? Are you kidding me? From what we've seen, the last time that they made that they did a quest, it was only like what 100,000 total or something like that. This is like easy money, baby, and it definitely pays much more than what they were doing some part-time jobs or construction work or all that. So come on, you gotta lighten up a little bit, Kazuma. I know this isn't the ideal situation, but honestly, if I were Kazuma, I'd be looking at that scene and I'm like, this is so much money flying my way, right? So, yeah. And the entire panty thing, I mean, sure, whatever. I do find it kind of interesting that they introduced this sort of thief character with Chris, but then they didn't exactly give her a sort of, a sort of ending or why, she's friends with Darkness, but in the end doesn't really want to join this party. She's just helping Darkness find a party, right? I would have liked if they kind of touched on that part a little bit, just to make the story more well-rounded in a way. But anyways, we got the whole team set, and we are ready to do some actual adventuring. Hopefully, that will happen within this series. And in fact, even though I don't really like to do this, I think I am going to continue and watch one more episode right now, because it's not very... This episode felt kind of unsatisfying, so we were introduced to Darkness, and we fought some cabbages, and that was it, right? I kind of want to see something more. I generally don't do this because YouTube actually hates it when I do, when you upload things from the same series in too little of a space of time, but, alright, who cares? In this case, I want to see something more. So, I will see you guys in the next episode right after this.